88 million years ago, a massive landmass broke away from Africa, drifting alone across the vast Indian Ocean. It transformed into Madagascar, an island forgotten by time, yet harboring a world so bizarre it defies belief. Here, razor-sharp stone forests rise like blades, giant baobab trees store thousands of gallons of water, and lemurs leap through the wilderness like ballet dancers. Everything here seems to come from another planet. Madagascar isn't just a piece of land, it's a living epic of isolation, evolution, and the miracles Earth has patiently created. Around 1650 million years ago, the supercontinent Gondwana, which united Africa, South America, India, Australia, and Antarctica, began to fracture. Massive landmasses drifted apart, reshaping the world map as we know it today. In this great separation, Madagascar split from Africa, then continued to drift away from India. By approximately 88 million years ago, the island was completely isolated in the Indian Ocean, beginning an unprecedented chapter of independent evolution. This isolation, lasting tens of millions of years, transformed Madagascar into a natural laboratory. Cut off from the mainland, species that drifted here were forced to adapt to harsh environments. Over millions of generations, they evolved in ways found nowhere else on Earth. Today, over 90% of Madagascar's plant and animal species are endemic. They exist nowhere else on the planet. Madagascar's terrain bears witness to this miraculous blend of past and present. From central highlands rising thousands of feet to ancient granite peaks piercing the sky, from dense rainforests in the east to near-desert conditions in the south, all exist on a single island. Geological activity created sandstone formations sculpted by wind and water into natural castles. Limestone forests stand sharp as razor blades, and ancient basins once held seas. Volcanoes, though dormant for millions of years, left their mark. Deep crater lakes, fertile basalt soil, and hot springs simmering from Earth's depths. Thanks to this combination of highlands, volcanic activity, and tropical monsoon climate, Madagascar developed numerous distinct micro-ecosystems within the same territory, from humid tropical rainforests to highland grasslands to arid shrublands. Scientists call this place a miniature continent, where geological isolation not only created spectacular landscapes, but also sparked an evolutionary experiment lasting tens of millions of years, writing some of nature's strangest chapters. In western Madagascar, where harsh sun and wind sweep across barren red earth, enormous tree trunks rise from the ground like ancient pillars. These are the baobabs, trees inseparable from Madagascar's image. Locals call them with reverence the giant guardians. Baobabs look like no other tree. Their trunks swell like massive vessels, with mottled gray bark and branches reaching out like upside-down roots. This bizarre shape earned them another name, the upside-down tree, a natural paradox. But behind this strangeness lies a secret of survival. Their spongy trunks can store up to 32,000 gallons of water, enough to fill a large swimming pool. During the rainy season, they absorb and store water. Then, during the long, dry months, the trunk becomes a natural reservoir, saving not only themselves, but the entire surrounding community. Along the famous Avenue of the Baobabs, dozens of giant trunks line the red dirt road, creating a scene both majestic and surreal. Standing here at sunset, when golden light bathes the trunks, you feel like you're entering a natural temple built by divine hands. Yet what many don't realize is that the Avenue of the Baobabs wasn't originally a pristine forest. It's the remnant of a tropical forest that once covered all of western Madagascar. When humans arrived 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, they cleared the forest for agriculture. Most trees were cut down. Only the giant baobabs were spared for their sacred status and usefulness. Today's landscape is a living cemetery where solitary trees stand as witnesses to a vanished forest. For Madagascar's people, baobabs aren't just trees, they're memory and faith. Many communities consider them dwelling places for ancestral spirits. People often hold ceremonies under their shade or place offerings seeking luck and health. If giant baobabs symbolize life, then Western Madagascar holds another wonder representing nature's challenge to humanity, the Tsingy de Maraha Stone Forest. UNESCO recognizes this as a World Heritage Site, but before becoming a destination for explorers, it was forbidden territory in local minds. Tsingy in Malagasy means the place where one cannot walk barefoot. One look from a distance explains why. Across a vast area, limestone pillars stand sharp and jagged, rising up to 230 feet like a forest of knife blades stabbing toward the sky. Rain and wind eroded the rocks over millions of years, transforming them into a maze of sharp spires stretching to the horizon. From above, the landscape looks like Earth's mouth opened to reveal giant teeth. Navigating this stone forest isn't simple. GPS becomes useless in the limestone maze, where every direction leads to vertical rock faces. People must climb stone towers with ropes, cross swaying suspension bridges hanging in midair, or squeeze through narrow cracks barely wide enough for a body to pass. Many sections, one wrong step, and the sharp stone points could slice through flesh like scalpels. This treacherous terrain kept Madagascar villagers away from Tsingy for centuries. In indigenous belief, this place is the realm of ancient spirits, too dangerous and too haunted for humans to violate. Only recently, with scientific and tourism development, have trails opened to allow explorers and visitors to witness this rare wonder. Even so, entering Tsingy is still considered a journey testing faith and courage. Strangely, amid this seemingly inhospitable landscape, endemic species of animals and plants have adapted. Small shrubs grow from cracks, roots digging deep for scarce rainwater. Lemurs, bats, and unique bird species also choose Tsingy as their refuge, turning this harsh stone maze into their home. Today, Tsingy de Maraha isn't just a destination for scientists studying geology and biology, it's one of the world's most intense adventure travel experiences. Suspension bridges dangling over rock chasms, climbs across sharp towers, all create feelings of both fear and exhilaration, as if you're stepping onto an alien world.
If baobabs are Madagascar's botanical soul, then lemurs are the most vibrant symbol of its animal world. Nowhere else on Earth do they exist. Over 100 lemur species exist, from tiny individuals fitting in your palm to species once as large as gorillas. All are the result of 60 million years of isolated evolution. Malagasy legend considers lemurs dancing spirits, a bridge between humans and ancestors. Scientists view Madagascar as a giant evolutionary laboratory, where lemurs experimented with hundreds of different survival strategies to adapt to their environment. The most famous is the ring-tailed lemur, with its long tail striped black and white like a living flag. They often gather to sunbathe on smooth rocks, looking like they're performing a dawn ritual. When moving, their upright tails help the whole troop easily recognize each other in the grass. This pack behavior and charm have made them Madagascar's tourism ambassadors. Meanwhile, the Indri, the largest surviving lemur species, makes visitors shiver with its resonant call. Each morning, Indris chorus together with howls carrying for miles, their long-lasting sound like calls from creation itself. Hearing Indri's howl in the dense forest is an experience both sacred and haunting, as if you're hearing Madagascar's own voice. Yet not all lemur species still exist. In the past, the island had giants over 3 feet tall, weighing up to 440 pounds, dubbed giant lemurs. They disappeared about 1,000 years ago, coinciding with human settlement and island exploitation. Their premature death reminds us that even creatures that once dominated a land can't escape fragility when facing human impact. Today, over 90% of lemur species face extinction threats from deforestation and hunting. But simultaneously, they've become symbols of conservation efforts. Nature reserves and breeding programs strive to preserve Madagascar's soul. Looking at lemurs, we see clearly the message Madagascar sends. Isolation creates evolutionary miracles,
but they can easily vanish if humans don't cherish them. Leaving the baobab forests and Singji stone maze, the journey across Madagascar opens another completely different world. Sandstone plateaus and towering granite mountains, where nature is both sculptor artist and warrior testing human resolve. Two of the most notable landmarks are Isalo National Park and the Andringitra mountain range. Isalo has been called Madagascar's Grand Canyon, but this place isn't just a majestic gorge. The entire area is a giant stone museum where wind and water have patiently worked for millions of years, carving sandstone towers in shades of amber yellow, fiery red, and deep purple. Walking through Isalo, you feel like you're lost in an abandoned ancient city, with walls, arched gates, even stone castles, all built by nature. At the park center, one of the strangest stops is Isalo's window, a perfectly window-shaped stone frame opening to the vast plateau beyond. At sunset, when the sun gradually sinks toward the horizon, red light streams through the stone window, transforming the entire landscape into a surreal painting. Locals consider this place a gateway to the spirit world, while visitors call it the universe's picture frame. Beyond stone, Isalo hides green oases, small streams trickling through dry canyons, crystal-clear pools like jade hidden within rock. These are lifelines for many endemic animals, including ring-tailed lemur troops that often gather by the water. If Isalo is sandstone's colorful painting, then Andringitra is granite's epic poem. This mountain range rises over 8,500 feet, with Peak Bobi Peak like a spear thrust straight into the sky. Climate here changes drastically, scorching heat by day, temperatures near freezing by night. This harshness creates a rugged landscape with stacked boulders and deep valleys. For mountain climbers, Andringitra is a master challenge. The trail takes them across highland grasslands, through canyons, then up steep slopes between massive granite blocks. Upon reaching Peak Bobi's summit, the reward is an incredible view. Madagascar's entire plateau spreads out like a living map, clouds swirling below, wind howling like whispers from creation. In indigenous culture, these mountains are considered ancestral dwelling places. People believe each rock face, each mountain gap contains part of the land's memory. Therefore, climbing Andringitra isn't just a physical journey, but a spiritual pilgrimage. If stone forests and granite mountains tell stories of terrestrial power, then Madagascar's ocean opens another completely different universe, a boundless world where the ocean's great travelers appear. Located in the Indian Ocean, the island's thousands of miles of coastline are dotted with turquoise bays, brilliant coral reefs, and long white sand beaches. This is the gateway connecting Madagascar to the world and the stage for miraculous journeys. At sea, Sakalava Bay receives trade winds blowing year-round, turning it into a kiteboarding paradise. But these winds aren't just for modern sports. Thousands of years ago, they carried the first settler boats from Southeast Asia and Africa to Madagascar, opening unique cultural exchange history. Along the coast, giant sea turtles leisurely crawl onto sand to lay eggs. Some individuals have lived over 150 years, becoming living bridges between human generations. People believe they embody permanence, while scientists view them as living film of evolutionary history. Below the clear water, Madagascar's coral sections spread into colorful mazes where thousands of fish species swim. Red, orange, blue, bright yellow, the entire ocean transformed into a constantly changing painting. But what makes Madagascar's ocean most wondrous are humpback whales, giant travelers from the south. Each year, from frigid Antarctic waters, they cross over 5,000 miles to reach warm lagoons around Madagascar to birth calves. The sight of giant whale pods surfacing, spouting white water columns, and singing songs echoing across the ocean, it's a moment leaving any witness speechless. That song isn't just communication, it's ancient music connecting migration routes existing for millennia. Looking at the map, off Madagascar's northwest coast, the Comoros archipelago rises in the Indian Ocean like a string of green pearls. Though only a few hundred miles apart, these two lands represent opposite poles of geological processes. One side is Madagascar, an island isolated for tens of millions of years where evolution patiently wove bizarre creatures. The other is Comoros, young islands born directly from volcanoes still violently active. Comoros' heart is Mount Carthala on Grande Comore Island, one of the world's largest active volcanoes, with a massive crater measuring 2.5 by nearly 2.5 miles. Over the past 2 centuries, Carthala erupted over 20 times, each time writing another new chapter in the archipelago's formation story. This contrast creates a strange comparative picture. Madagascar resembles an ancient laboratory where 88 million years of isolation produced lemurs, baobabs, and countless endemic species. Comoros is newly born land where life has just begun placing first footsteps on cooled lava foundations. One tells the story of completion, the other opens a new chapter of evolution. Placed side by side, Madagascar and Comoros are like 2 time books, the ancient island preserving millions of years of memory, and young islands still writing their opening chapter, reminding humanity that Earth never stands still. From razor-sharp Tsingy stone forests to lemurs' ballet leaps, from 1,000-year-old baobabs storing water to whale pods crossing oceans, Madagascar emerges as a world both pristine and surreal. And when placed beside young neighbor Comoros, we see even more clearly Earth's endless cycle. In one place, time patiently created miracles. In another, nature still writes opening chapters. Madagascar, therefore, isn't just an island. It's life's epic poem, reminding humanity to cherish every miracle on our blue planet.